I don't believe that God talks to me directly in English, but I just had this sense of this presence in the room, and I heard in my head a voice that said, "Go build my church." And my wife is a nurse, and I was afraid to tell her that I had had this encounter because she might have me committed, so I was a little concerned about that.
I was not going to plant a church. That was not my idea. I'd worked in one, I was going to be support staff, but it began to emerge as, okay, this might be what's happening. This might be what God is doing, even though I'm nervous about it. When we were visiting churches, one of them that we visited was the Village. I had met Eric at the Village, and he said, "Oh, you should talk to Rod." So this is the first time I meet Rod. So the big Dutchman comes over, and he just said, "So, you want to get breakfast?" We had been having breakfast since 2014.
The average pastor can pastor 50 to 100 people. They can't do much more than that. So I envisioned when I came down here, 20, 30 churches of 100 each in various sections of the city, taking on the character of their neighborhood, such as this, and then starting another one down the street. One of my big things is to take each of the pastors as an individual. I think we tried to do that whole cookie cutter in the church growth movement. If you can all be like Bill Hybels, then you'll be fine. And it's like, it doesn't work for me.
He didn't have a model. He didn't have a book, which is hilarious because we've now written one. But even our book, I think, will be the type where someone reads it and they'll go, "So was that? So I feel inspired, but what do I do?" Exactly. Right, that's the point. You don't do a specific thing, you go be with people and see what happens.
I don't think I'd be the person I am today, or even have the spiritual formation that I have today without people like Andy, Rod in my life. So I was 19 when I came into faith, and I started just bouncing around churches in town. And coming to Mission, there's just this open accessibility to come and kind of be yourself, and then because of that, you're a lot more comfortable to navigate in your vulnerability.
Discipleship played a huge role in the changes that God made in my life. That time I met Andy, me and Andy have a similar story, and he was just somebody I thought could speak into my life. Through those simple relationships, it's beneficial for your personal life, and then allows you to go and do that for others. So there's a ripple effect of discipleship that happens because of that.
So I think I learned slow discipleship, essentially. That is kind of blurs the lines between leadership and friendship and family relationship, all that.
People will come and ask us questions that we're not ready for, and we have no idea how to answer them, but we at least just create the space and say, hey, well, we're willing to walk with you in that and figure it out. And if you can't figure it out, you're still welcome to hang around here while we don't know the answer together. And I think that's a little bit more refreshing for what my buddies are looking for.
I'm the new guy. So there's always some risk in that. It's exciting to be open-handed because I like to help where the help is needed.
I know I want to be in ministry. I know I have a criteria. I need to, in my job, be able to talk about God and be able to be in a relationship with people. And I really care about the culture of people, and I care about reaching people and outside the faith. And I think I have a heart for reaching people that were like me, like that were looking for something and didn't know what they were looking for.
In my old age now, I realize I don't think I was ever a church planter. I think I recognize church planters. I get excited about people who bring people to Jesus and walking with people, discipling people. I think I learned fairly early on that you disciple people way before they ever become Christians. you walk with them into the faith. That's what I love to do, and that's what I love to see pastors do and churches do.
Knowing how to sit with God and one another could be pretty profound, but it won't be probably getting a lot of press. It'll be slow and happening at breakfast tables, lunch tables, all over. If that happens through our church, great. If more churches arise that do that, beautiful. For Rod's sake, I hope he gets exactly the amount he saw in his vision, just right before his life is done. Yeah, just so he can be excited, or maybe one short, where he knows that, you know, it wasn't all up to him after all.